Why, hello there, ladies, gentlemen, and friends from beyond the binary. You join me for yet another episode of Blueprints. And I am still riding the high of what was maybe the best episode since finding Room 46. I cannot tell you how much fun I had yesterday playing this game. Finding the blue memos, well, first of all, unlocking blue tents, and now having God knows how many rooms we can explore. There's 46, isn't there? I think it's 46 blue. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it is 46 blue, unless some of those 45 rooms, I guess, would be considered non-blue. I'll double check, but I think it's 45 blue. So we've got 40 more blue memos to find, and already one of those memos has aided me in finding a solution to the castle problem, which we have now solved by moving the king into the rook's position with castled. That blue memo brought me from maybe 50 to 60% assurity to 100%. So maybe there'll be others which can be incredibly useful in the game to come. Today, though, let's open up the notes and have a look. By the way, you are joined by an Endy wielding a iced coffee once again. My local supermarket has started stocking their own brand coffee concentrate, and I have it with Califia oat milk. It is gorgeous. It is so nice. And we're having a very hot May, now June, and it hits the spot. I don't want to be sat here drinking a piping hot coffee. It's lovely. I will not let this one, there we go, get lukewarm like the last episode. So allow me to have a sip now. Cheers, everyone. If you've got a beverage, cheers. Here's to a good day, good episode, etc. Cheers. That is beyond delicious. It's just liquid gold. Anyway, today, let's go to quest log. I'm guessing I didn't update this. Castle puzzle. Yeah, well, we can remove the castle puzzle now. Black Bridge, dead ends, the key to her ladyships, the garage. We've built the glass. We now need to do these things, don't we? Now that we've actually constructed it. That's over in code check. Throne room, reclaim the crown. We do now know where the stone is. It's inside the cursed box. I'll put that in here. Cursed box inside the shrine. The scepter, probably inside the treasure trove chest. More than likely unlocked with the key we are aiming to receive from the, what did we end up calling it? Unknown, the underground. Right. So let's go back to questlog. Receive from the unknown. Well, no, it was called the, it mentions court, was it? Without gifts. In Ares Court, where the king now lays. So I will call it Ares Court. Receive from the Ares Court puzzle. Right. So that's what I really need to put in here. So we'll do a whole new update, which I think I'll just copy from this, paste that in, and then we'll call this Ares Court. So if we have a look, we did surmise what we need to do down here. Solution. In Ares Court, unknown underground, at the sacred hour, 1:30, a youth will approach. Simon, with no gold, charms, or arms, no items, no currencies, or tomb blessings. A sullen cross as 5 stars align, Southern Cross. A patient figure, a reckoning great, no idea what that means. The black key is lying with the last king of 8. Black key for the black chest in the outside treasure trove. And considering that we do see emblazoned on the treasure trove chest the Orindian, logo, its crest, and the same is seen upon, obviously, Ares Court's tomb. Anyway, presumably they're linked. I would be putting a lot of money on that. So, let me copy this. Take it to quest log. Let's put that underneath for now. So, the checklist of things we need to do. If I just type, does that make this a checklist? No. So let me come here. Format, no paragraph, task, yes. So, no coins, no keys, no gems. Southern Cross before 1:30. Double check. So, Sacred Hour, a youthful approach, no gold, charms, or arms. Items, currencies, tomb blessings. No tomb blessings. Not tomb. Shrine blessings. Don't know why I put tomb. Shrine blessings. A Southern Cross as 5 stars align. Southern Cross Observatory. A patient figure, a reckoning grate. The black key is lying with the last key of 8. So I think what we'll do, if we get an opportunity to do this, we will. Annoyingly, the next observatory will be 50. So we're not going to be able to do that today if we draft observatory. I think we just need to keep playing until the observatory gives us the cross, which might be 55 at this point. So maybe we need to sort of go sit in the Planetarium a little bit, just to bolster our stars a little bit, maybe. But yeah, that's sort of like the big thing, right? That's the big thing we've discovered. I would very much like to go and unlock this chest in the shrine. Let's just dive in. Let's dive in. And we'll see where the game takes us. But yeah, I genuinely adore this game. And this is maybe, again, I'm in the honeymoon period of both of these games at the minute. Not that I've beaten Blueprints, but do I think this deserves to win Game of the Year over the likes of something like Expedition 33? No. And I'll tell you why. I love this game. I think it's phenomenal. But I can count on multiple hands, I don't know why I'm going with this saying, multiple hands, how many people that I know in my own community, my Discord, who bounced off of it like a bouncing ball. A lot of people just don't gel with this kind of game. But to me, this is one of the most enjoyable gaming experiences I've had ever. I mean that. It's so special. It is phenomenal. We got the tomb. Let's go for it. Now, do I want to go in there right now and do the supposed angel order, or do I want to go get coat check? I think we'll get coat check, because we do have the burning glass, so we can do the older kill 2 birds with 1 stone tactic. Get the burning glass, light the candles, which I think we found mostly at dead ends, with very noticeable, I'll take this, with very noticeable sort of depressions in the walls that may lead us to some really cool locations. So yeah, this is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. I'm really looking forward to today. There's the observatory, which... do I want to take the observatory now? Yes, because we want to be getting to 50. Because now we can begin progressing beyond 50, can't we? So this will be... the inkwell, you may spend stars. I'm not going to be doing that. I don't know why I took it. I guess maybe in a pinch we could use it. If I were to go down to... Hold on. I really wish there was a way for me to figure out when this would come up again. So 20, 15, 35, 47. And the slice? Was that it? I don't think it was, though. I think we just keep going until we get Southern Cross. And then when we get Southern Cross, that's sort of like the go, 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 it's time moment, right? So until we get it, I'm not going to be too worried about hunting for it necessarily. Sledgehammer, shovel, compass, all of my favorite things. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then we'll move on. foyer, hallway, parlor. We'll go parlor because we are now out of gems. And we want gems in this run because we are not going for the Ares court thing. Much to my own disappointment, because I really do want to progress that. The gems are in the blue box. The false boxes are both true. I hate that wording. The true boxes are both empty. Which would be, you have to be false. Do you? So if you're true, then you're empty. Okay. If you're true, which you can't be, because if this is true, then you'd be empty. And if this is true, you'd be false. So the false boxes are both true. What? The false boxes are both true. This is, I hate this, false. I'm saying you're false. And I'm going to say you're false. And I'm going to say you're, wait, hold on. If you're, oh, shit. So, false. But you're saying there's two true boxes because they're both empty. The true boxes are both empty. The false boxes are both true. So these sort of cancel each other out, right? To a degree. The gems are in the blue box. I think we've got to go blue. Because if this is false, then it means it's in white or in black. The true boxes are both empty. False boxes, I'm going blue. If this is wrong, I don't care. Tally it up. I feel like my brain has been scrambled into egg. Did not enjoy that. Drawing room, dorm, bedroom. Again, we're mainly looking at this point for the coat check. That literally all I want to see is coat check. I couldn't give a monkey's what happens in this run. Just give me coat check, get me the burning glass, and let me live my life. Attic for some items? I'm not really a fan of that. We'll go pantry. I've just I've neglected the beginning of this run, haven't I? Look at this. There's nothing down there. Boudoir, reading nook, storeroom. We'll go boudoir. Grab the dice and go grab the gems. And to go back to my earlier comments about, game of the year and stuff, like, I want to point out, like, I don't really give a shit about game of the year either. Like, I often don't play whatever wins game of the year. Very rare for me to have done. And I think it's all very arbitrary. I don't know. It doesn't sit right with me. So when I talk about it, I'm talking mainly about people's perception of games and where this game might fall on that, like, spectrum of perception, which is a really weird way of describing it. Let's go treasure trove. Again, I'm annoyed I'm not really getting a whole lot here. But yeah, I think this game is fantastic if you have not the mind for it, because I don't think you need to be some sort of super whiz. I mean, hey, look at me. Look at me, I'm playing it. But I think you got to be a very specific type of gamer or person to find enjoyment in a game like this, where it's one big riddle, one big mystery wrapped up in a mystery, wrapped up in a riddle, wrapped up in an enigma. And for me, it's chef's kiss, bon appetit, Michelin star. I really did not expect to fall in love with this game as much as I have. It's been an absolute delight. I'm going to redraw to try and go north here. Throne room. I don't really get any benefit from building you. I'll redraw again. There's the coat check. Fantastic. That is impeccable. So let's retrieve the burning glass, and now let's head back outside. Again, I really couldn't care less about the state of this today. I want to go and light some torches, light some candles, touch some statues, and have a good time. So, yeah, I mean, I've not really had any hints as to what we might be able to find down here with the burning glass. But there is for sure... Oh, you're kidding me. Wait, can I not light them? These ones? What the heck? Okay. I will eat my proverbial hat if I cannot light a candle down here. Like these. Like, that's a door, right? Like, you can see it, like, indents. Really? Nothing? Not a single candle? I thought maybe I could push that in. That looks like a button, doesn't it? Do you know what I mean? Like, push the button in. Maybe I click on all four corners. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pull the torch. Nope. But that's gotta be, right? Because you can see the bricks here from where, like, it's been maybe built. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, come on. I've been desperately trying to get burning glass down here. And if it has no payoff, I will be a little bit upset. Really? Really? I can't believe this. Down here? Plinth? Here we go. Oh! Yes! Sorry for shaking. I know a couple of you don't like it when I do my camera flicks. I just want you to know I'm very happy. Oh, yes. Oh, okay. Oh my god. It's Clara Epson. And is that the key? No, it's a rose. But wait. Aurel de Giris. Ulel Dao. Oh my god, I can't translate this. Or maybe I can. Maybe I can. Forget Uldane in. Uld Jojire. Uldare. Oris Fenro. Uld Ain Jororo. Oraja. Oraja. Oris Neveri, which is what we've heard of Ovis Neveri before. I'll take a picture because, yeah, I'm not able to translate that right now. Let's take that. And where do I want to put this? Do I have one for tomb already? Tomb? No, unless... Do I? The tomb? Nothing for tomb. Okay, we'll make a new note. For tomb. Irasian letter left by Uld Jorah. Parentheses. Is this the Lady Epson? Whose name, sorry, I know this is maybe gonna grind some gears. What was her name? Clara, of course. Sorry. Clara Epson. I lost it. Lady Clara Epson? Or an acquaintance? Question mark? Oreld de Giris. Ul Eld Dao. We might honestly be able to do something with this. But let's leave it for now, because there might be something in this Morajai box over here. Purple go up. Or do they go down? They go down. And pink rotates. Right. So. Shit. How am I going to do this? So we need to start with that. But then I want you there. Perfect. God. Can you tell I've done some more giant puzzles? My goodness. Ah, really? I was hoping it was going to be the key. We were told that the key was buried with her. Can I... Yeah. Come on. Get in. And another one of these. Why is that candle not as lit as the others? You see how its flame is dying? Hold on. Right, we need to... guys, we're taking notes on these. Right, grab picture. All right, take you. Put you in the notes. Oh, sorry, I moved a... There you go, bracket. So we'll grab all of the pictures of the candles, and then maybe when you stack these on top of one another, there's a way to decode it. Is it like dots and dashes? Are these meant to be ones and these are meant to be zeros? So is it 1, 0, 0, 1? 01 00001 01010. Like, is that how I'm meant to decode this? I'm inclined to think that way. Just because the receptacle that they're in is a circle, which makes me think 0, 0, 0. And then because these are one sort of, well, it's a binary, right? You got candles and no candles. None of these holes have a candle in it but aren't lit. So there's two states. There's empty and there's full. Wow. Wow. Well, I feel better now, which is a weird thing to say, I know, after having just walked into a tomb, but there was a brief moment there where I thought my desire to come down here with the burning glass was for naught. But now we're going to need to get her ladyship's chamber today. We've got the diary key. We might have to use the reroll from the observatory to make that happen. Okay, I'm convinced there were more of these. So let's have another little rummage around. Nothing here. Anything in here? Another tomb. Another sort of depression in the wall, which makes me think maybe there's something I can do here. I don't really want to go grave robbing, so maybe I should move. And then over here, we've got the entrance, which leads to Draxus. Okay, here's another one. Now notice that unlike the other candles, this isn't a binary where it's empty, full. It's now empty, full, and lit. So there's three choices here. Three options. Let me get a picture of you. The fact that one of them was hidden behind Clara Epson's wall makes me feel like this is going to be part of a larger whole. Okay. I feel like I remember there being another one. So before we start fiddling with all of these statues, let's just see if there is another one of these candle holders. I really feel like we found two before, but for the life of me, I can't think where the other one was. Oh! Did I really walk by this when I first came in? Oh, here we go. Oh! Oh! Okay. Oh, get in. Another upgrade disc. And a shit ton of dice. Awesome. As if I walked by that. I think I just beelined it in. God, I very nearly missed that completely. Like, I wasn't going to come back this way. Okay. Slightly embarrassed, but it's okay. It's okay. Okay, were there any candles in here? No, just the grave or the tomb. Pedestal. Nothing. 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 No. Maybe there aren't any more. I really could have sworn there was another stack of candles. Was it down here and I just missed it? No. Maybe it is just two then. Maybe it is just two. That is odd. All right, well, we'll look into that in just a moment. Let me focus on the statues quickly. So, if we go over to Chapel, I think Chapel is where I did it. So, Chapel. Here we go. So, we want to do 7, 6, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. So, 7 and 6. 7 is Arinda, and 6 is Lydia, the jockey. And the jockey, well, I don't know if that is their vocation. But yeah, she looks like a jockey. She's got the cap and she's got the little jockey whip thing. So we want to go pull Arinda and then the jockey, which I remember where Arinda is. So is this, that I believe is the jockey and this is Arinda. So double check. It was 7, 6, yeah? 7, 6, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Finalizing with Draxus. So 1, 2, And then who is 1? Rinna, Joya, Dalgia. So hoe, chef, pitchfork, chimney. Hoe, chef, pitchfork, chimney. Hoe. I remember it being like a pattern. So hoe, and I think it was over here. Chef, pitchfork, chimney. Pitchfork, chimney. And then we do the broom. I'll double check, but I think it's the broom. And then we're good to go. Yeah, Mila, and then we end on Draxus. Perfect. And then we go over here. Okay. Whew. We got there. The natural order of things. So starting with life and then ending with death. Here we go. Boom. Oh, cutscene. Oh! Ah, they're the books. Oh, okay, hold on. Before we go in, let me have a sip of the coffee. Cheers, everyone. 26 minutes in, and I feel like we've... Oh, yes. Okay. Here we go. Let's begin with red. Here we go, guys. Oh, it is like a proper draft. The Red Prince. There was a red prince who sat on a red throne. He had a red crown of rubies and a red castle made of stone. I don't know if the original picture had the effigy and the scepter in it, but obviously now I know what this is. And I think I know where you are. The prince had a love for all things red, removed from everything. It's the only true color, the prince often said. Well, you know what? Let's go back. I think I've got pictures of the entirety of the Red Prince, so we can do like a little, comparison. So, yeah, look. So in the original, no scepter and no stone. And the crown looks way more like the red crown we find in the mock closed exhibit area. And how the guards are stood beside me instead. Cool. There was a red prince who sat on a red throne. There was a red prince who sat on a red throne. He had a red crown of rubies and a red castle made of stone. Red crown made of rubies and a red castle made of stone. Right. Next page. The prince had a love for everything red. Now, well, it was everything, now all things. It's the only true color, the prince often said. The prince had a love for all things red. It's the only true color, the prince often said. Any differences between the imagery? We've got the stop sign. We've got the lobster. We've got the rose. But notice how we now have the glyph of, or we used to, sorry, have the sigil, the glyph here of Fen Aries. But it was deemed too political, wasn't it? By the publisher. So maybe that's why the Fen Aries logo was removed. Okay, next page. He could not stand the sight of a canary. I love how it's got the Arch Aries and a Rinda in here. Of a canary or a crow. He could not stand the white of a swan in the snow. And then to compare that to the real copy, we've got the crow, we've got the canary, and not much else different. Again, just the crown, really. Just the crown. Cool, though, to see that they're represented in that way. That canary is Arch Aries and crow is Arinda, which, sorry to quickly go to a different tab in the notes, but if we go over to Clock Tower. Southward I see a swan, which we now know is Moragi, ashen like the sands of the shore, carried by westwardly winds, rogue like the moon of the north. Eastward I see a crow, dark are the days coming forth, and we now know crows are Arinda. Eastward I see a crow, dark are the days coming forth. Dark are the days coming forth. Southward I see a swan, ashen like the sands of the shore. But for you to see eastward a rinder, that would put you, you know, would need to be venturing west, and further west. Well, I mean, you could be Fen in that instance, depending on when this was written, because Fen does sit on the westward side. But then southward, seeing a swan. That's intriguing, isn't it? I've never noticed this before. Have I? That this spells out sacred? Did I notice that before? Maybe I did. Sacred. Southward, ashen, carried. Sacred. Maybe I think I did, but oh yeah, sacred. I'm so proud of myself in the past. Look at me stumbling upon secrets I've already discovered. Anyway, sorry, let's go back to nursery. There we go. So, next page. And he never looked up for fear of the view. He had heard that the sky was not a red hue. Again, in the published copy, he never looked up for fear of the view. He had heard that the sky was not a red hue. But why is the sky underlined here? Is it because we're inferring that obviously we're making a connection to the color blue and blueprints in this moment? He didn't see the birds or the changing of the leaves, and he never saw the sights of life's many symphonies. Scrolling down. Oh, look, this is... Oh, okay. This is where we're pivoting. So, in the published copy, it's he always had a book to turn his eyes down if he was ever outside when the clouds weren't around. And look how he's got all of the crows surrounding him on the bench. He couldn't see beyond the red shade he was aware. He never caught a glimpse of the world I had to share. Okay, multiple things I'm looking at right now. Multiple things. So presumably this is our sweet Mother Mary removing a bird from the cage. We've got the stars, the planets, and we're reading a book with a... What is that squiggle? What is that squiggle? I was going to say, is that the metro map? But it's not, isn't it? The metro map went up, right, down, left, up, right, if I remember correctly. Which that doesn't, so... I also wonder if this is spelling something. Is that an S? S-I-N? Sin? He never caught a glimpse of the world I had to share. But one day, the prince saw something new. And if you look closely, you might see it too. And we've got the blue butterfly. I love that. That's so cool. Paying attention to the movement as well of the butterfly. If there's any relevance to be gleaned from the dotted line following it. The skies parted and the clouds withdrew. The prince had a new favorite color. Oh. Can you think of a color that rhymes with withdrew, guys? Rue? No. Redu? Greenu? Of course. Color blue. I really enjoy this. And I love that we can compare it to the original. So the original goes to him reading the book. Do you know which book the prince always had? The one that made him happy whenever he was sad. A story he had read in the bath and the bed, and maybe you can guess with the clues that we have said. It was the story of a boy who also wore red, and he looked like our prince from his toe to his head. And as you, my reader, might already assume, this book is quite near you, in fact, in the same room. A story about you, if it needs to be said, about a red prince and his book, the red book we just read. Well, what a change, huh? What a change. Let's make a new note entirely for both of these books, because I'm guessing they'll be relevant, right, in the future. So if we do original book drafts, the red prince, and then I will very quickly catalog all of these. I do wonder if I'm making a faux pas by not having a magnifying glass for this moment, because I definitely feel like there's something on his book when he stood in front of his mother that maybe we can use. That pattern just doesn't look like something they've thrown in. Like, everything in this game has a purpose. I say everything. Most everything in this game serves a purpose or has a reason for existing. So yeah, I'm a little bit annoyed. Hold on, new snip. There we go. A little bit annoyed that we don't have a magnifying glass, but maybe we can come back and view this later. I don't know if this doorway will now remain open forevermore, or if I will need to pull the statue's arms again to regain access. There we go. I feel like out of all of these pages, the one which maybe will have the most clues is this cage, because it feels like there's 4 separate entities here, right? Equidistant almost. Cage, lady, bird, stars, planet, sky, night. Cage, lady, or mother. Lady, mother, bird, star. Is there a type of bird this is? With its big tail feathers. I'm not well versed in the land of avian, unfortunately. But yeah, this feels important. And this, maybe these are linked in some way. Because that to me looks like up, left, up, right, up. And then 2 squiggles. Do you know what I mean? Let's be getting a screenshot and putting it in here. And we will... Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to skip. We will not necessarily revisit it, but I want to come back here with a magnifying glass as soon as I possibly can. And make some more thorough notes on what we're looking at. But I'll be remiss to say, or remiss if I didn't say, that while I've enjoyed this draft, the one that I am very excited about is the one next to me. Because we've been told, as per the bit of writing in the 8 Realms safe, there is definitely a little squiggle at the end here, do you not think? Hold on, let me zoom in and show you. This bit down here. I wonder if that spells anything. Or is it just like an ink blot? It might be just an ink blot. Never mind. But no, we'll come back from magnifying glass. Anyway, this is what I'm excited about. Very excited about this. But before I begin reading, I will, of course, sup upon my delicious iced coffee. Cheers, everyone. Here we go. Here we go. A new clue. Oh, I'm legit, like, very excited right now. I'm very excited. Here we go. All he needed was to find a new clue. If he found a new clue, he would know what to do. If he knew what to do, he'd likely find 2 tell you. If he knew what to do, he'd likely find 2. For clues come together like a pair of new shoes. For you are looking for a new clue too. So there's multiple clues to be derived which I think we kind of got already, and it's not something I've necessarily gone all in on. I believe there's further anagrams for the books. Because he made one shifted sixes, I believe. For drafting the stars? We'll have a look. It will probably be in here. Route instead, platform 8. So sort of another obfuscation to sort of, I suppose, put us and definitely not Bon Margle off of the scent that the metro station was relevant here. Cook, maid. Cook and maid. Okay. Suspect list needed will add in final illustration. Depart. Medium gate. Corner passes. Parlor, patio, nook. Office, library, pantry. Dead herrings. Dead herrings. Double check with Kirk about documents. So, first of all, medium gate. So this is what we did in the drawing room, isn't it? We were counting gates, which I will admit that was a very slow burn after having completed the painting puzzle to realize the importance of gates, not only just in this one, but the other puzzles that we finished. So counting the gates in the drafting studio, where we had to count the gates on the calendar and then use that on the safe. But something that came up the other day, we were taking the Arajan class, the Arajan lesson in grade 8, I believe, and one of the words was for gate. Let me quickly see if I can find it. And admittedly, this did come to me off stream or off recording. It doesn't matter because I've already completed it. This is purely just for brevity, I suppose. We were told gate is yate. Yate. But if you were to think about months and dates, May 8, May 8, yate. Small gate. May 8. Count small gates. I had the revelation the other day and I was very happy about it. But of course we'd already sorted that out. But imagine if that was how we discovered it. Annoyingly, the padlock does unfortunately insinuate you can only really put in 1 month there, given that there's one column for a number and then 3 columns remaining for letters. But I guess there is a world where it could have been like J-U-N or J-U-L. But to me, May 8 just felt like the natural thing to gravitate towards. But if you hadn't figured it out, then I guess this is how you'd figure it out, right? Anyway, we're not here to do that. We're here to read the first draft of a new clue. So, he had retraced his sketches and studied the files, rewritten his theories and gone through the piles of the evidence shown to nobody known, and retraced his steps as it stretched on for miles. But this says, God only known. To God only known. Dead cases, dead herrings, corner cases, parlor, library. Parlor and library. What is the relevance to these? I've never really given it much thought. Suspect list needed will add in final illustration. Parlor and library. Why are they sticking out here? Why are they important? Why have they not been ticked? Corner cases. Do I need to build the parlor and the library in the corner to make something special happen? I've not tried that. I've not been comparing this, have I, to the original? Let's go find that. New clue. So, we are on this page at the minute. And yeah, look, the suspect list is on there. So, what relevance does the suspect list have? Because it says in-game, suspect list needed will add in final illustration. But why is it needed? Why do these need to be included? Who are these people? Rose Barley, Richard Scott, Frond Mayford, Sandra Dillon, Bo Lee, Charles Riskel, and Christoph Clark. Charles Riskel and Christoph Clark. And what do their ages have any relevance? Because a lot of these are very young. Richard Scott is 12. Bo Lee is 16. Charles Riskel is 12. Is there something that I'm missing here? Is it like Scrabble, maybe, where each letter is worth a value? I don't know. And then you subtract the value from something? Or if you add it up? The only reason I'm considering maybe subtracting is, I think I'm on the wrong track. I'm just looking at how often words repeat or letters repeat. So how is Rose Barley 50 if Richard Scott is 12 by my Scrabble logic? Unless... No, I was going to start getting into the the mathematical equations that are given to us in the pool room. Rose Barley, Richard Scott, Frond Mayford, Sandra Dillon. They don't... honestly, none of these ring a bell. The only thing I can assume is... Not assume, but... The only other... let me start again. The only other time in the game names have had relevance is when we needed to put them into the Blackbridge computer. So maybe these are code names, and we need to input these into Blackbridge, which might be worth a shout, actually. Because there are, I think we were told there's 3 deactivated accounts. And I don't think we've found all of those yet. Right, let me quickly make a note of that, actually, under quest log. Power Hammer, Garage, Mailroom, Treasure Trove, Terminal Emails. Maybe I can put it under here. And we'll just put... Oh, wait, I think we've got one. A Blackbridge password. It's literally here. Try the names in a new clue. And then we'll go back to a new clue. Okay. Now we'll go back into the game. Sorry about that. Depart, corner cases, medium gate. Okay. He had looked high and low. 8, 12, 1. What? He had looked high and low. 8, 12, 1. 5 plus 14. What? Note to publisher, insert small case numbers, barely visible between the marked words above. On what page? This page. I actually think there might be something there. I'm looking... Oh my god. Are there actually numbers there? I'm stood up now, leaning over my desk. I'm pretty sure there is a number right there. And there. It's barely legible. What? Have I seriously missed that? What? Hold on. 8, 12, 1, 5, 14, 3, 13, 4 and 9, 6, 2, 11, 7, 10. What? Oh, and look! Swap the king with the rook. So had we not figured out... Had we not figured it out yesterday, that would have been it. Swap the king with the rook. Wow. God, this game is good, guys. God, I love this game. Oh! Too much overlap with clue in the secret passage? Soot. Oh! I think we've already got those, though. I think we've already got those. Oh, I've made it full screen. Hold on. Sorry. Oh, sorry. I'm trying to move my notes app. There we go. That's fixed. We got there. Sorry. We were going back to castle. Scrolling up, scrolling up, scrolling up. Oh my god, scrolling up. There we go. So, I think we've already got soot. Yeah. We need the first 2 words. We've got C dash, or C underscore X, A underscore D. Damn. Imagine if that had been it. I'm still reeling about the whole number thing. Is that the number we do here? 87310. 8101. No. Then what the hell is this? What the hell is this? 8121. 5 plus 14. 3, 13, 4, 9, 6, 2. 11, 7, 10. Blimey. I don't know what that could mean. 8, 12, 1. I was going to wonder if it was maybe to do with... again, going back to my Scrabble logic. What if each letter has a value? But they're not really pointing at letters, are they? They're coming in after letters. Oh, do you read them in that order? Let's try that. All checked corner. All checked corner. Case. Rooms. Hi. All. Wait, whoa. Okay, we've got it. It's not Scrabble logic. It's much simpler. It's much simpler. Okay, let's go to. If I go back, I'll open a new clue in a new tab. So let me very quickly just go back to the beginning. Let's take some pictures. God, I'm loving this. I can't believe that this would have been the moment where we would have discovered the rook and king thing. That's so cool. A new clue. Okay. Page 2. Maslar, is that one of the things that you've been telling me about in the comments? Continually missed things? Like me having never noticed the numbers above the book? God, it's embarrassing. I'm trying to be as perceptive as possible, and you can see them without needing a magnifying glass. I could see them leaning in on my monitor, looking at screen captured. Like, I can see them when they're this resolution. Where are they? There they are. Look, I can see. I can see the shadow of the numbers. So how was I missing that when they were big? Anyway. Let's not dwell. Original book. So, let me write this out. All searched / checked corner case rooms, comma, had a... Is it low? Low case clue found. Where's 12? Found in 13. Found in the rooms. All searched and checked corner rooms had a low case clue found in the rooms. Oh, is this the bridge thing? Is this the bridge thing? Patio, nook, office, pantry. Yeah, pantry had bridge. Office had west. Because it was, yeah, count of the marches? March of the Counts, that's it. March of the Counts. And there was one in there about west. No. Yes. Yeah, because it was bridge et in pantry. The nook one. I don't remember what they were. I just remember West Bridge sticking out to me. Oh, well, there you go. At least I've not missed something that would have changed the game for me. Thank God. Okay, moving on, because I've spent way too much time here. Soot for the castle cipher. And there you go, telling you to go look at the secret passage to find the other clue. Damn. I found that already. He looked and he looked on the beds and in nooks, too obvious. He questioned the maids. He questioned the cooks, which we'd seen in the pictures earlier. It was already over when he spoke to the chauffeur, who told him new clues were found only in books. Replace fork with something connected to 10. Which it ended up being, right? I believe. Like I think it stayed as Titana Fork. Yeah, it maintained. Oh. Replace fork. Oh, they mean the table. I didn't even see that. Yeah, look. On here it's a fork, but here it's apple, banana, orange. How is apple, banana, orange 10? Oh, because when you eat them, you get 10 steps. Right? Oh, for God's sake. So what relevance does that have? Why is 10 on the pedestal? Is that what Tana Fork was? Let me scroll up. 10. Tana Fork. That's genius, guys. I even remember looking at the fruit and thinking, what purpose do you serve? But I think I got so deep into the game that I no longer really considered or thought about how many steps the individual bits of fruit gave you. I just clicked them. I ate with reckless abandon. I never considered the number. Ah, well done, game. Well done. That's incredible. Love that. Next page. Double checking before I move. Looked under beds and in nooks. Why does beds have the X underneath it? Looked under beds. Something. Tome after tome that the library loaned, and the books that he had that he already owned. Cuckoo 2. Cuckoo 2? Why is this one going counterclockwise? A new clue. Uncle Orr. 10 decipher. Uncle Orr. Draft the 6s. That says go right. Let's compare that to the original. Sorry if I'm not making good conversation right now. Again, I'm just sort of really trying my hardest to process this. Cuckoo 2. So why is this one at like, what? That would be like 1. What, 15 would be there, right? So that's 114, 113. Why? And then why does this one go counter? And it's very specific with where it ends. So you start there. Because look, this arrow, I would say, starts exactly where that arrow ends. Oh, sorry, you can't see. Oh, what a fool. Look at this. This is what I'm focusing in on. This looks like... So if that's quarter past... Again, that's like, what, 12 past, maybe? So 112, but then it goes from 112, because I think this counterclockwise arrow begins where this one ends, if you know what I mean? Like it starts at the same point, and it goes all the way around here to what, like 25 past the hour? Well, no, it would be 25 past 12. Right? If we're going counterclockwise and we're starting at 12 minutes past 1. What relevance does that have? Is there a clock that I can move? Well, the clock that we can move would be the puzzle. So maybe I need to go back to the clock tower at the sacred hour? Oh, I feel like I just need to start touching loads of clocks. Take that out of context. And seeing if I can rotate the hands. Have we seen a room that has 2 cuckoo clocks? Well, maybe I can set the first one to that time, and then the second one we reverse from this time to that time. Search from their covers all the way through. Searched from their colors all the way through. If he found a new clue, he'd know what to do. I'll screen cap this in a second. He changed all the letters in the lines that he found. Lines as in ranks or lines as in spines. Oh. Okay, I see what we're doing. He checked all the colors for each key that he wound. A nod to my uncle's parlor game. He doubled the meaning of each seasonal greeting, as my mother used to call me, and found that the diction of each word was sound. Unending homophones. And then look, the noted denoted in verse is an anagram. Because look, draft the sixes and the arrows. What does it mean? How do I decode denoted in verse? Oh no. Denoted in verse. S rev. Can I make reverse with verse? So REV E. There's no other R, so we can't do reverse. Shit. I think the V in verse is going to be the hardest thing to, or sorry, the easiest thing to maybe find an anagram of, and then maybe that will lead us down a path. Vent. There's denoted. So there's two EDs, which makes me think we need two words ending in ED. We could even do versed in versed in 10. Now's not the time. We will try and decode that, but let me finish reading this damned book. So, he changed all the letters in the lines that he found. Lines as in ranks or lines as in spines. How would he change the lines as in ranks? Because ranks is only ever used in the context of which layer of the estate you're building. So how are we changing the letters in the ranks? The only way I'm changing letters and ranks at the minute is with the addition of blue memos, because you could consider them letters, I suppose, written to us by, presumably, Herbert S. Sinclair, or maybe they were left by our mother. And now that we've got the blue tents upgrade, they're there. That's strange. He checked all the colors for each key that he wound, a nod to my uncle's parlor game. Each key that he wound. He doubled the meaning of each seasonal greeting, as my mother used to call me, and found that the diction of each word was sound, unending homophones. Right, and what did this look like in the original? Tome after tome, that's the wrong one. He changed all the letters and the lines that he found. He checked all the colors of the spines that were bound. He doubled the meaning of each seasonal greeting and found that the diction of each word was sound. Okay. Again, we'll take pictures in just a second. Law, word, jaw is name. Mary, Mary, gates and gates. Obviously, we see that in the drawing room as well. He stayed up all night and studied the maps. He laid out the floor plans and measured the gaps. And if his directory was a trajectory, it was nothing short of a full mental lapse. From what I was told, I believe Margold's directory is currently 22 rooms short of completion. No cause for concern yet, as Uncle has thankfully removed pump room from the draft pool. Ah, cool. And then that's the entrance hall. So the moon is suspended in this instance, for some reason, above, if we're considering this to be its shadow. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 rooms north of the entrance hall. What relevance does that have? 4 rooms north of the entrance hall, we see the moon. What does that look like in the original? There's no moon. So are we going off of his 22 rooms? Let me count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 20. How the hell did I do that? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 29, and then like another rank which might bring him up to 34. But then we're told on the other side of the book that he only has 22. Oh no, he's 22 rooms short of completion. Okay, so in this instance, we can see that he's, I see, I'm there. Okay. I thought he had 22 as opposed to he was 22 short. That's what you get for not reading it again. Okay, and we've already found the vase with the microchip in, and the hammer. A man obsessed, and cuckoo too. They would say as he would wander through, the best medicine is not yet evident. When he found a new clue, he'd know what to do. And having read this over so many times, having scoured over each of the lines, have you exhausted your search? Have you seen all the signs? One per page. Dead end in major key. Seen all of the signs? We've got the rook. Show the entire route. There it is, the metro route. Ah, cool. May jaw, which we now know is a Rajan. Or is there perhaps something new? Something overlooked but now in view? Oh, please don't make me regret not having a magnifying glass. Have you really found it? Could it finally be true? If it's a new clue, you know what to do. Remove sign from this final illustration. Handwritten typed. Remind Randolph to set this up before we leave. The suspect is a key. Is a minor major. And they're a key. A key. And there is 4 open letters there. On the way. Huh. And that's it. Wow. I'm so glad that earlier in this episode I was talking about just my absolute love of this game, because right now my love has just blossomed. This is just great. We've gotten so many hints here at future things. Like, we've already got, where is it? This. Swap the king with the rook. Like, had we not done that literally yesterday, that would have been the confirmation we were looking for. That's so cool. I love it. Oh, okay. So, did I get this? I got that one. So, next page. Let me quickly get all of these pictures. And we will ruminate on this, I think, while we play a little bit. I mean, that came hot and fast. I don't think I was ready to comprehend this. The fact that denoted in verse is an anagram as well, which has been sort of like a bubbling theory of mine for a while, feels great. But I'm not looking forward to figuring out what it's an anagram of. And I don't really want to be Googling anything about those words plus anagram, because no doubt it would lead to spoilers, right? Like, what, 2 months ago, if you were to Google what anagrams can be made from denoted in verse, there'd be nothing, because obviously the game wasn't released. But now you'd run into some problems. So I really want to try and figure this out today, so there's no question about the authenticity of my sleuthing. Denoted in verse. Denoted in verse. Right, well, let's just leave this for a second and let my brain readjust to the normal life once again. Big old sip of, admittedly, it is getting slightly lukewarm coffee. Was there anything down here that I can light? Any more candles or torches? There's this one, but there's no candle. And of course that opens up there. We need to get her ladyship's chamber. What a crazy day already. Like, if I lift up, does that close? No, I'm hoping that remains open. Not that we would need to go back, because we're in a position at the minute where we have, what do you call it? The screenshots I just took. Denoted in verse. The clock thing is also toying with me. Makes me think of the den. Like, what if I click and drag? Like, can I drag the hours and the minutes hand on the den clock? And I'm thinking den just because the clock is so huge and it's accessible, right? Do I have the den already? No. Imagine if we can draft it right here. Pre-watched, pre-played. Okay. Can I move you? No. And see, that's the only clock I can think of with like an exposed face. So I need to start a clock at like 1, maybe 10 past 1? Somewhere in that sort of region. I think a couple minutes either side of 10 past 1. Because it's definitely not quarter past. It's like a little bit up. So I think a couple minutes within 10 past 1, and then counterclockwise bring it round to, I think, well, I'll double check the picture. Cuckoo 2. Yeah. I'd say 20 past ish. God, what a game. I don't know if the end is nigh. But I don't want it to end. That's the kind of situation I'm in at the minute. I don't want this game to end. But at the same time, yeah, I do, because I'd like to start playing other things at some point, but experiences like this don't come around all the time. So I want to savor it, if you know what I mean. Let's do Pool Hall. But I do want to try and go up and round so we can try and draft her ladyship's chamber. Okay, 5. 5 times 3 is 15. 9... Wait, no, sorry. 3 plus 6 is 9. 9 times 9 is 81. Take 21 is 60. Divided by 10 is 6. Oh, that was a quick one. I wonder if you get rewarded if you do it faster. Like, the faster you solve them, the less you have to solve. That would be cool. Okay, I'm gonna... Here's the plan. Because, yes, at the minute, I do feel like I'm flapping a little bit. Here's the plan. We're going to play the game out as normal. We're just going to think about what we've seen. And then maybe at the end of the day, we'll take a moment to really reflect and see what we can do. And figure out where we want to go next. What the next plan is. I think Clock Tower is somewhere I definitely want to visit. And see if we can try that clock movement. Let's do... I do like Chapel. We'll do Chapel here, and then we can do West Wing Hall later, because we're very likely to get it, so. Her ladyship's chamber. Could I make a power hammer today? I'm going to redraw with the dice. I want to force her ladyship, there it is. Okay. Are we ready for plot bomb number 3? We've had Red Prince, we've had a new clue. We're now about to have Clara Epson's diary. Here we go. Oh, God. How have we gone from, like, one of the craziest episodes to, like, yet another crazy episode? Her ladyship's sleep diary. My dear diary, the 17th of January, 1979. After countless sleepless nights and failed home remedies, my physician has urged me to document my sleeping routines in the various bedrooms, of our estate. It is his hope that by tracking the caliber and length of my sleep in each room, together we may come to a deeper understanding of my condition and perhaps, with luck, find a more favorable environment in which I might finally find some amount of rest. My dear diary. To begin, this is a day later, I thought it best to start with my own room despite already knowing how unsuitable it has been for my sleep of late. Perhaps it is all the old memories that linger here, as it is impossible not to think of home among so many mementos of my youth. Nonetheless, I find comfort in gazing at the stars before dozing off, and it pains me to consider that if this trial is successful, it may be one of the final occasions that I sleep here. My room, her ladyship's chamber. Sleep duration, 2.5 hours. Quality, peaceful despite brevity. Observable effects. I woke the following morning with 10 less steps, but also observed an additional star in the sky. Ooh. Ooh. So if I were to end my day in her ladyship's chamber, I wouldn't be sleeping here though, right? We'd return to the camp. But if I were to end my day here, would I begin the following day with 10 less steps and an additional star? I want to look up, are there stars? Oh, I've never thought. God, I've not done this in a video game in a long time. I never think to look up. I played a lot of World of Warcraft many, many years ago. I'm going back nearly 20 years at this point. And there's a dungeon in World of Warcraft that I've played through hundreds of times. I mean that. Utgard Keep, I think, or Utgard Pinnacle. One of the two. Anyway, I don't know the Venn diagram of people watching this video who can maybe share this moment with me. But I never looked up. And then at one point during the dungeon, someone said, hey, have you ever noticed that you can see the sky? And I looked up, and there were just dragons flying overhead. And we were like stuck in like this dragon's nest of sorts within the dungeon. And I never thought to look up, and it blew my mind. I've never noticed that. That's cool. That's really cool. Okay. Again, we'll make notes of all of this. Dearest Diary, this is 3 days later. Last night I retired to the guest room, as I've yet to gain the courage to ask anyone to surrender their room to me, even for a night. This bedroom is a cozy space, normally reserved for guests staying the weekend. However, I found, despite having a choice between 2 beds, that neither proved to be very comfortable. I must speak with Herbert about this, as our guests deserve, at the very least, as much comfort in their stay as we have. Clara. Guest bedroom. Sleep duration, 4 hours. Quality, very fragmented. Observable effects, nothing special. My dearest diary. It was strange to sleep in the childhood room of my late husband. The room was just as I had imagined it from the stories he told me of growing up with an elder brother. Herbert informed me that the room has remained untouched, almost identical to when they both occupied it. To avoid any accidents, I slept in the bottom bunk, as climbing ladders is not as easy as it used to be. Despite my exhaustion, my thoughts of Simon kept me up through most of the night. Sleep duration, twice the usual. Quality, 2 times as restless. Observable effects. The next morning, I went to the family tomb to visit his grave and was surprised to find a flower already laid. Oh, shit. Okay, maybe that's how we'll end today. Maybe we'll try and end today in the bunk room, but then we would need to get the tomb tomorrow. God, this is awesome. I could not bring myself to ask Hartley directly if I could borrow his room for my sleep study. The mere thought of it was mortifying. Instead, I decided to roll the die, as he often puts it, and wait for his night off to sneak into his room to nap. The experience of sleeping in a servant's room was thrilling, but the fear of getting caught was overwhelming. Every little noise startled me, and I couldn't manage to sleep for more than a few moments, fearing Hartley would return at any time. Sleep duration, perhaps 1 hour. Quality, terrible. Effects, about half of the steps the following day. I also discovered a stray die had found its way into my pocket, which was hardly shocking given Hartley's history. Right, so if we sleep in the servants' quarters, we half our steps, but we start with a dice. There's benefits to be had there. In being able to re-roll the outer room? What other benefits would we get from doing that to our steps, though? My dear diary, I have to confess that I was initially hesitant to spend the night in the Baron's room. It's extravagantly showy, with every surface adorned with gold and every piece of furniture so large it seems almost comical. But as I lay down on the enormous bed, I was surprised to find that I felt entirely at ease. Even the absurdly oversized pillows were somehow comfortable, propping me up just right so it didn't feel any strain on my neck or back. I slept more soundly than I have in weeks, and I woke up feeling genuinely rested for the first time in what feels like forever. Master bedroom. 8 whole hours. Quality, the best in many months. Observable effects. I woke feeling very refreshed, with more energy and more steps than normal. As fate would have it, just as I had begun to make progress in my quest of slumber, a most joyous event has interrupted my progress. My beloved daughter has given birth to a son. That's me! And has requested my presence in town to assist her during this exciting but demanding time. For now, I shall take my leave of the bedrooms of Mount Holly, but I am certain, dear diary, that one day I shall return. Lady Clara Epson. grandmother. It's so silly, but I find myself not on the verge of tears. Like, I'm not going to sob, but God, ending it with grandmother. Why am I being shown the outer room? Why am I being shown the outer room? Is that supposed to be the entrance hall? Because it's a T-shape? Why would it show me that? Why would it show me that? What other room could that be? There's a few rooms that would fit that scheme. 4 doors. Right, let's go back to the beginning. Let's get some pictures. And then we shall progress with this run. Guys, I didn't know the game had much more in the way of juice to squeeze out of it, but this one episode, I feel like it's been back to back to back, just blinders and new info. I never knew that ending a day in a bedroom had effects like that. That is awesome. And what a cool way to discover it. God, I love it. Right, so, do I have a note on her ladyships already? Let's have a look. No, nothing. Clara? Epson? No, just a bunch of other stuff that contains those letters. Original book drafts? Maybe I'll chuck it in here. Plus Clara's diary. Her ladyships. Oh no, I can't fit it in. Clara's diary is fine. And then we'll just store all of the images in here. That way I'll know where to find these sort of late game notes, I suppose. So there's page 1. God almighty. Page 2. Why is it showing me the entrance hall? That's all I can think now. Why the entrance hall? Is there something we missed there? Or is that maybe trying to show you that, hey, you can build the entrance hall outside if you haven't found the blessing of the monk? I got very, very, very lucky with the blessing of the monk, because I just went to the shrine and gave it all of my money. I imagine for some people that's maybe a discovery you don't get for a few more days. We would have found out about it, I believe, from the library book. There's a library book which tells you about the different blessings. And then there's the final page. Why? Why? Okay. Well, amazing. And we do maintain the diary key. I want to try and open a locker with this in the vault, because it looks small enough that it might have a use as a vault key. So yeah, don't let me forget. Not that any of you are watching live. At the current cadence, you're watching a video I recorded over a week ago. Unless you're watching this many months into the future, in which case I'm probably playing something completely different at this point, but I digress. Let's go with the garage, because I lack any keys. So, oh, there they are. Yoink, yoink, yoink. And then let's go back this way. The noted in verse is plaguing my thoughts at the minute. I'm not kidding. All I can think about is how the hell am I meant to decipher that? The noted in verse. There's a TV show in the United Kingdom. I don't know where else in the world might broadcast a show like this, or has a show like this, but it's called Countdown. And the way the game works is contestants say vowel, consonant, and they get a board of 8 letters, and then they have 30 seconds to decipher those letters and see what words there are, what words they can build out of this mismatch of letters. I love Countdown. I love puzzles like that, where you've got to think outside the box and discover a new way of looking at things. So I'm hoping again, we'll look at denoted inverse in a minute after we've drafted. We'll try and figure it out together. So, trophy room, I don't mind that. Don't mind trophy room. Let's do it. I'm mainly trying to get up to rank 8 and get some different notes up there. And because we've had trophy room already before, I don't mind using it here. So that's the sort of logic I'm using. Planetarium, foyer. We need something that goes left. Or a T-shape would be fine. Kitchen's fine. Yeah, I don't mind kitchen. And again, we need to try and bring the watering can in here to see if we can fill it up using the tap. Silver Key. Great place. We should be able to get a second Great Hall. Maybe not. Maybe not. We can maybe redraft into a Great Hall. But I think Electric Eel Aquarium is fine. Yeah, this should put us a little bit closer to what we're looking for. God almighty. Lab security hallway. We need security to go into the foundation. And that gets us onto rank 8. And we can use this damned upgrade disc. So let's do that now. Upgrade disc. Here we go. I think we've done most of these at this point. Oh, wait, what? Wait, what? We can double upgrade? Spare green room? Oh! Oh, cool. I think we're going to go for the veranda. I think out of the 3, the veranda's the best one, right? Greater chance of finding items. Yeah, I'd rather items than gems at this point, I would say. I think we've got loads of methods of getting gems, but items are a little bit more tricky. I need to change the security level, don't I? Vault. Oh. I do want vault. Go on, then. We'll do vault. We'll do vault. And there should be a blue memo in here somewhere. Is that it? Oh, that's a key card. Whoa! All right, I take back what I said. We need to set the security level to high. Thank you, game, for blessing me with good fortune. Right, where is the blue memo going to be? Other side of the vault door? Nope. Okay, keep your eyes peeled, ladies and gentlemen. And friends from beyond the binary. Can we find the blue memo? I feel like it's going to be really well hidden. Double checking. We are definitely on rank 8. Yep. Yep. Okay, there'll definitely be one in here. It's just up to me to find it. Oh, God. Back of the statue? No. No, come back out here. No. Checking under the desk. Above the door. Look at the vault again. Is it like in the nook here? No. Okay, so now we'll go inside. We're trying to be... diary key. I wanted to try 8. I can't reach it. I'll try on some other doors in a second. There it is. I was staring right at it. The family core is unlocked only by the sum of its digits. The family core is unlocked only by the sum of its digits. Oh my God. Numeric core. The family crest. Okay, we're doing that right now. I like dismissed it. Can I still claim that as me having figured it out? Shit. Paste it in, and then we'll put vault. Right, hold on. Wine cellar. Do I have a picture of it in here? ffxiv. Right. The family core is only unlocked by the sum of its digits. Only unlocked by the sum of its digits. Right, so ffxiv. If we do that by the numeric coring example, that would be 100 to 900 times 100. Oh god, this is going to be a ridiculous number. It can't be. It's got to be a number. The final number you obtain that is less than 4 digits is considered the numeric core of the larger number. So it's got to be less than 4 digits. So we've gone from, we've got 1,000, take away 100, to 900, times 100. Oh, God. We're looking at 90,000, okay? Then 90,000 divided by 13 is not going to be less than 3 digits. So maybe maybe I misunderstand Roman numerals, or I'm barking up the wrong tree here. Unless I have considered it wrong, and it would be 1,213. So if the family core is unlocked only by the sum of its digits, would that mean this is 3 plus 4 for 7? But no, it's got to be the core, right? Because we've found out about the core. The family core is unlocked only by the sum of its digits. And that is the family core. It's on the family crest. MCCXIII. Would you guys permit me? I'm gonna open up. I'm gonna open up a web browser. Don't worry, I'm gonna do it with you. This should appear. There we go. Let's do it on Wikipedia. Roman numerals. That way, there's no accidental problem with me googling. So C is 100. M is 1,000. So 1,000, hundreds, tens, units. Yeah, I'm aware of this. So 30, wait, hold on. So 39, yeah, because X is a 10, yeah, of course. So 39, yeah. CC plus XL plus VI for CC XLVI would be 246. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. But here's where I'm getting involved. We've got an M. And this says here, MMCDXXI is MMCDXXI. And if we're starting with a number like that and we're separating the Roman numerals out, how the hell am I meant to get the core to a number that's less than 4 digits? Sorry, I pressed the notes button thinking the web browser would disappear. So let's come back into here. Do I have a picture of the wine cellar anywhere? MCCXIII. MCCXIII. Let's have another read of this. Take any number with 4 or more digits without changing the sequence. Split that number into 4 smaller numbers. 8, 6, 4, 5. Oh, so whoa. Okay, wait. So, no. Okay, unless we treat it all as separate entities, right? So, how do I do this? So M would be 1, C would be 1. No, that's stupid, isn't it? 1, 1, 1. Because then X would be 1 as well. Oh, what am I doing? I'm thinking of like the first digit in what they represent. So for me, I would have ended with 1, 1, 1, 1, 3. I'd have bundled them together, but that's just silly, isn't it? 1, 1, 1, 1, 3. How do I do this? 1,100, 113. 1,100, 113. Unless I need the times and the division just has to be something easier to digest, right? So I wonder if we bundle the C's together to make 200. Then we do 10, then we do 3. So 1,210 and 3. We're bundling the same denotations together. So in this instance, it would be 800 times 10 divided by 3. So 8,000 divided by 3, we're still 4 digits. Oh my god. What do I do? How do I decipher this then? We've gotten the blue memo, which feels like a big pat on the back to go for it, but 8614 becomes 3. So okay, let's try it with this new number. 1. So if we were to do 1 2 1 3, right? 1 take away 2, immediately this sucks. Unless we make that 10. Hold on, sorry. So let's try 10 take away 2 times 1 divided by 3, which would be 4. Right? Because 10 take 2 is 8. Oh no, sorry. I thought it was 10 take 1 for 9 divided by 3. Oh, for God's sake. We'll leave that for now, because I could sit here all day and try and figure this out. 86455. Why does that become 45? How do they know? Is it because they know that that would then bring it down to a number capable of being sub 1,000? In principle, I think this is really interesting, but the guesswork to figure out which number becomes double digits is infuriating in this instance. Not to the point where I hate it, but it's annoying. So 13. I feel like the final numbers are got to be 10 and 3. But then what are the first ones? 120? Does this work? So 80 times 10 is 800 divided by 3. No, we can't be doing anything crazy at the beginning. 10 take 2 is 8 times 10 is 80 divided by 3 would be left with a decimal. And if the blue memo, which is it back here? Where did I put the blue memo? Here it is. The family core is unlocked only by the sum of its digits. Unless that is it. The family core is unlocked only by the sum of its digits. So we need to figure... Okay, sorry. I feel like I'm not doing a great job at verbalizing my thoughts in this episode. I don't know. I went into this feeling really good, and I still feel really good, but my brain is just... It's struggling under the weight of everything that we've been thrown at us. Wine cellar. Let's go back to this. Go back to numeric core, actually. So the core. My understanding, if we go back into the game for a second, we'll grab this picture and we'll paste that in here. So I think the core needs to be added together. E.g., say the core is 18, the sum of its digits would be 9. So, how do I figure out what the feckin' core is for the wine cellar? Unless, am I making a fool of myself here? 1,200. Go back to Wikipedia. Hold on, maybe Wikipedia. Maybe I glossed over something that would help me here. MCM. No, we're always going to be in the thousands. We're always going to get up to the thousands. Okay. Tens, hundreds, thousands. MMM, CCC. So 200 is CC. CM, but no, it's MCC. So that would be 1,200. So yeah, it is what we're thinking it is. 1,200 and then XII 13. Yeah, so I can read Roman numerals as I have been for years. Good. I wanted to double check because yeah, it'd be really embarrassing if I was just making a faux pas. So 1 2 1 3 1 2 1 3 equals 7. But then if we do 1 2 1 3 with the numeric core thing, 1 take 2 is -1. -1 times 3 would be -3. Because you only get the positive when you times a negative by a negative. So multiplying a negative with a positive gets you more negatives. So we're at -3, and then we're dividing -3 by 3, which that doesn't feel right. Okay, the final thing I'll try. The final thing is 1. So 1 for the 1,000, or maybe 10 for the 1,000. No, that can't be right. That can't be right. We'll leave it. We'll leave it for now. I really don't like doing that, but who knows? Maybe we'll get another blue memo that will be really useful. I just feel like right now in this moment, I don't know any other permutation of the numerals which would allow me to make a numeric core. Keycard. Oh, wrong one. I've left 23 coins. Oh, presumably a lot of those will be in the tomb from the dead ends we've made. Right. Keycard system. We can make this really high security. Security level high. And then we'll go back. And then we will exit. Right. I'm still thinking about the clock. I'm still thinking about the bedrooms. I'm still thinking about everything. Like, absolutely everything. I want to end in bunk room if possible, but I think we'll go reading nook for now. Just to try and get up there again and hopefully get another room on rank 8, which would be very nice. Not enjoying all of these locked doors when I only have 2 keys remaining. Gallery is nice. Yeah, we'll go gallery. Get the room 8 key. And some coins. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And some gems. Thank you, thank you. Now, what are we going to get in here? Do I have the workshop already? I don't think so. I don't think I've got the pool either. Let's have a look. Blue memos. What have I already done? I was marking them on the quest log, which might not be the best place to be putting them. So, aquarium, pump room, trophy room. We've now also done vault. There's one I've missed from the previous day, and I can't think what it is. I'll have to go back and watch that in the video. Workshop or pool? I'm going to go workshop. Now, where are you hidden in here? They do a pretty good job at hiding them. Like, I feel like I've struggled a little bit to find them every single time. That might just be me. Maybe you guys are just like a magnet and you immediately find them. But for me, it does feel like a little bit of a task. A challenge in and of itself to find where they've hidden them. You'd think like a little scrap of blue paper would be really, like, really easily perceived. But not for me. Not for me. Underneath maybe by the stone. Looking around here. Not on the backs. Okay. Let's take it bit by bit. So we're looking in this corner. Looking around the backs. Looking on the legs. Looking on the steps. Looking at it from the side. Don't think there's anything in this corner. We've got the vice. We've got the poster. The true box doesn't always contain the prize. Nothing here. Alright, in this corner. Another chair. A light. Some planks. Nothing. Over in this corner. There we go. Certain rooms, like mechanical rooms, are more likely to contain security doors. That's cool. I think we kind of knew that a little bit, just like from like a gut feeling. But that makes me happy to know. So let's put that under workshop and then go to blue memos. We should just open that in a new tab. Blue memos, new tab. Oh, I've opened it over there. That works. Like a split screen thing, sure. As long as that's still visible for you guys watching. So workshop. Okay. Right. So that looks good to me. We'll go northward and then we'll go, oh yeah, Dovecote. We can reach. This is a tricky one because do I want to be going into the antechamber? Not necessarily. I don't need to go in there. We can go into the library and request a new book. And then hopefully we can get a corner room that allows us to do some shenanigans. So let's go for History of Orindia First Edition. We've never gone for that. Now, Key 8. We could go for Key 8 on the 8th rank. That's an idea. There's the clock tower. I'd have loved to have gotten that on rank 8. I'm going to have to redraw. We want to be going left. I mean, I guess Conservatory does it. Let's do Conservatory. Nice. Secret Passage. I'm going to make you common because I absolutely love you. Reading Nook will keep you common. Oh, and Terrace, standard. I think that's fine. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. And we'll do a little bit of digging. Another key. Good, good, good. Key 8. Let's get room 8. Amazing. Okay, now where are you going to be in here? There it is. I got you. The elephant below. Really? That's the clue? You bastards. You absolute bastards. Why would you do this to me? You gits. Oh, well, that's a waste. I don't even want to take the picture. Fine, I will. I've done this already. The same was true of the gallery, though. The gallery blue memo was basically, what was it? They're all synonyms? It's like, okay, great. I really did not need to know that because I've already done this room, but thank you. Can you give me more hints for things I'm yet to discover, please? That would be great. Okay. It's not the end of the world. Let's go back. Let's go back. Yeah, I think what I'd like to do before we... Can I do anything in here? Shovel, compass, dowsing rod. I don't think we've made that before. Let's make the dowsing rod. I believe that then puts us at 7 of 8 inventions. Because I'm confident we've never made that. While drafting dowsing... Maybe we have... Oh, maybe we have. I feel like I've read that before. Anything else I can make? Sledgehammer, battery pack, key card? No. Salt. Sledgehammer shot. Wait. Sledgehammer plus salt shaker. Wait, what? Oh, it's a visual glitch. Okay. For a second, I thought, what have I done here? Making some holy hammer that's been salted by the gods. Yeah, so let's go over to foundation. God, yeah. My brain is just under the weight of all of these amazing moments we've had today. I'd have loved master bedroom. But it is pointing me towards patio, so it thinks there's going to be a nice item in here. A key! Hey, okay. Oh, and I used the shovel on the, yeah, to make the dowsing rod. Never mind. It's like, why can't I dig here? What's happening? Okay, this is going to be room 8, I believe. Boiler room is great, but I think we've... No, we didn't go for boiler room. Kennel! We're going kennel. We've got to go kennel. Hey, yo. Good boy. Oh, good boy. You're so good. Where's the blue memo gonna... Sinclair's 4 canine companions. The best blue memo yet. We know their names. Their names are Carter, Thoughtless, Hot Sauce, and Drawbridge. But are they codes as well, maybe? Kennel. Carter, Thoughtless, Hot Sauce, and Drawbridge. Okay. CTHSD. Drawbridge, Hot Sauce, Thoughtless, Carter. All 2 syllables. All 2 syllables. Okay, okay. I wonder if... No, I was going to say, maybe now that I've done that, maybe it'll show us, like on their collar, like their initials, maybe, so we can figure out who's who, but no. The game has been cruel. What do I want to go with? I want to draft something which hopefully can get us back around here. I'm out of keys, which is a slight problem. I'm going to redraw. Redraw again. Wine cellar. We could go in there and take a look at it. Maybe see if there's any other hints. But no, we need to get round. So we'll go lab and hope that we get... it's going to be locked. I can just feel it. Broken lever, though. Okay, we can go make the power hammer. But I didn't make greenhouse, did I? Oh, no. Please say this opens. Okay, good. Locksmith would be great, but I need to be going here, so redraw. Gymnasium is fine. Please be security. Okay, this needs to be unlocked. Please be unlocked. Throw me a bone, because if not, I'm going to have to go get a key. Oh, you bastards. Oh! And I could have done a lab experiment, but I've been so overwhelmed by everything that I never started one when I went to security. Ah, whatever. Attic? Yeah, Attic's got a high chance of giving us a key, surely. Surely. So gem. There we go. There's the key. There's another gem. There's some dice. Okay, so we can try and re-roll like a good blue room. That's handy. Ooh, quite a few nice things. Lockpick kit as well, and a coupon book. Don't mind if I do. Don't mind if I do. Oh, yeah, I did smash the trunk. Is there anywhere else we can go? No, so this will be the last room of the day. Was that an item? It is! I even looked at it earlier and I thought, wait, are you something I can pick up? And sorry, my brain is scrambled egg at the minute. Lockpick, hey. Foyer, veranda, locksmith, reroll. Ballroom, classroom, planetarium, and then we end the day in there, maybe? Let's do that. I think that makes sense. Is that the memo there? No. Is it going to be in a chair? I mean, come on. This whole room is just black. Come on. How can it be hard to find a blue memo in here? Is it on the base? Is it on the device itself? We are on rank A. Yeah, we're on rank A. Is it over here on the back of a chair? Oh, there it is. The ink well is not the largest constellation. There we go. We kind of knew that though, right? Because we see the image on the grade 4 geography class thing. Okay, so Planetarium. Cool. Right, let's end the day here, and then before we end, I can see this is nearly a 2-hour-long episode again. I don't know how that has happened. Yeah, we'll end the day here to get the additional stars. And before we end in earnest, though I do feel like I might immediately record another episode, just so I can dive back in. Perplexing hunting lodge of the unfathomable riches. Let's see if we can do denoted in verse. Which I think is under loose ends. And then what I might do, can I grab this and make a new note? How do I copy just this? Do I have to do that? Copy, new note, and we'll call this denoted in verse riddle. Okay. Denoted in verse let's sort it by consonants and vowels. So D, N, T, D, N, V, R, S. And E, O, E, I, E, E. I think I've done that correctly. E. So hold on, let's delete them. So D, E, N, O, T, E, D, I, N, V, E, R, S, E. Okay, so let's begin with the S. S, E, C, C. Let me copy this. Paste it here. So get rid of those, get rid of that. Okay, C. C, get rid of the V. C, V, E or V, I? C, V. C, V. My mind went to verdigris. I don't know why. There's no G. But C, verdigris. I think it's because it rhymes. C, V, C, vent. We tried doing this earlier, didn't we? Vent. V, E, N, T. C, vent. R. Ride. Don or nod. C, vent, ride, nod. Vent, nod, ride, C. C, ride, nod, vent. Ride the vent, nod, and C. Okay. We'll put that at the top. Maybe there's something we can do with that later. I don't think that's it. All right, so let's do this again. Let's begin with V, because I think V's got the biggest potential. V. So we're on VE. Let's try VO. VO. Void. I like that. Void. Let's go to the I. That does now leave us with only E's. Void. Re. Void rent. Void rent. Void rent, sorry. Void rent. I want to put like seed. Seed. NRE, Ren. Seed Ren. Void rent, seed Ren. Void, rent the void. Rent void seeds, Ren. Who's Ren? Who's Ren? What's going on? Okay, let's leave that. Let's leave that. Let's do it again. God almighty, we might need a clue. Sinclair maybe? But there's no way we can make Sinclair without an A. Denoted inverse. Denoted inverse. Inverse, mirror, mirror, opposite. Denoted inverse. I'm trying to think if we need to write like inverse denoted, so it would be detoned, detoned. So it'd be detoned. Detoned. And then verse in would be Esrevni. Esrevni. So then we just so detoned. Detoned. Can I make throne? Dethroned? Can't do dethroned, guys. Let's do another V. So we're on VE, VO, VI, Vineyard? No, because there's no A. We can do Vine. V I N E, which leaves us with Ditterners. God. Vine S Vine so oh, I thought song maybe. There's no G. Doesn't have to be a vowel next. What about I thought snore. We can do snore. SNORE. Vine snore. TEDED. Teeded. Or detted. No. Let's go back. I don't think it's snore. We'll start with S though. Vine. We could do vine seed. Vine seed. EED. And then it leaves us with tidner. Yo. Vine seed. Seed vine. Vine seed. Dent. Dentor. We really want this to be the 2 words. Vine seed to Dren. Vine seed to Dren. Or nerd. Yeah, vine seed to nerd. Anagrams aren't my strong suit. I'll say this. If I miraculously come back at the beginning of the next episode and I'm like, guys, let me tell you, have you ever considered this anagram? You'll know I've Googled something because this is lost to me, guys. I have no shame in admitting this might not be the one for me. Denoted inverse. Music. Notes. Can I make note? Well, we've got note. Okay. One more go. Notes. NOTE, right? Notes. I'm just trying to think of relevance. Music. Notes. Song. We could have made song. Do I do song instead? Because notes is already in the original? Oh, no, we don't have the G. Sorry. So notes. Fool. NOTES. Notes. Notes rend. REND. And then DEIV. Dive. Notes rend dive. E. No. Dev. DV. Notes rend DV. I don't know, guys. I feel like I've doubled up on the D. Did I we should only have 1 D. Oh no, we've got 2 Ds. Denoted. Duh. Notes rend. Notes rend. No. Guys, we've got a lot to chew on. I might quickly just go to the quest log and update this a little bit. So, tomb. We've done that. We don't need to worry about that anymore. Mount Holly, blue tents. We've done all of this. We also can add on room 8, Planetarium, and the kennel. I realize only now I've got the quest log here and the quest log here. I'm not a smart man. Throne room, Ares court, power hammer, which we could have made. We've already done the tunnel. We needed boiler room in order to go down and power on that next doorway. Return to workshop, build burning glass. We've done the candles in the tomb. I've not tried the candles in the throne room. We've not tried burning the books in the library. I was in the library today with it, and it just slipped my attention. God, what a fool. Ah, sorry. Oh, and I even had the garage built, but we didn't have any electricity going to it. We could have gone Garage Chapel and finally looked at the stained glass. Treasure trove key. We've done the key to her ladyship's diary. But I feel like I need to add some new things in here now. So... Clock. Clock. Let me copy one of these with better formatting. Sorry. Let's do this. Oh, no, that might work, actually. Sorry, ignore me. Clock. Find a clock in which we can move the hands. See... Do I do hashtag to... Hashtag... What did I call the note? A new clue... see... Original... No. Sorry. Let me figure out how to paste this in. Link with tab. No, that's not what I want to do. Sorry, this is a travesty. See the original draft of a new clue. And then if we go back to the original drafts, open a new tab. What else stood out to me as something we want to investigate? Figuring this out. Cage, lady, bird, planet. Cage, lady, bird, planet. And then we never got the magnifying glass to check out the book. I'll write that underneath, actually. Yeah. Cage, lady, bird, planet / star. 4 letters? Because these all have 4, so it feels weird that the final one is 5. Butterfly. Yeah, I don't know. The only other thing I want to put a note on is bring a magnifying glass back here and inspect the book he is reading. And then if we scroll down, a new clue. We've done this, so that's not important. Depart. Oh, the suspect list for Black Bridge. Yeah, that's another thing we wanted to try. And I even put it on here, didn't I? Try the names. Yeah, shit. Next time, guys. And then down here. I feel like this has a potential hint. How do I fold these down? How do I get rid of this tab? Close all? There we go. That's better. So, a new clue, Uncle Or. Denoted in verse. Leads to something. Dead end. Right. Law word, jaw name. May Jaw. Jaw is name. Why have I not thought of that before? May Jaw. Major key and ma in Irasian. Hold on. Irasian language. Small name. And the only small name that we can see is in the original one, isn't it? A new clue. I've never made that connection. Where is it? The suspect list. Oh, have I gone past it? There. Bo Lee. Is Bo Lee, major, small name, a key, a minor major key? Bo Lee. Okay. We're going to try Bo Lee. Quest log. Black Bridge. Oh, it's here. Trying the names and a new clue. Bo Lee equals May Jaw small name. And it wouldn't fit. It wouldn't fit the scheme. Because it would be Lee B, right? Lieb? Lieb? Oh, we're definitely trying that tomorrow. Definitely trying that. New clue. Oh, that's the original. Sorry. Not the original, but my original, because it's the first one I read. signs, one per page, and having read this over, why was over omitted? Over. Can I go toward? Read that over, toward what? What is ER? What is ER in Irasian? For over to be omitted. Let's make a note of that in here. Has it gone? I didn't delete it, did I? What the hell just happened? Over. There we go. Sorry. It's got lost. So if I do that, there we go. Over equals OV, which is toward, and then ER equals, no idea. I got no idea what ER could be in Irasian, unless I am just missing it. ER over. No, nothing in here with ER. We've got OR, Nevlaw, but nothing ending ER. Okay. Go back to the book. The signs, one per page. Evidence. When he finds a new clue, he'll know what to do. What if I look at all of the crossed out words? Does that spell something? Let's scroll up. So, find to God only. Find to for clues come together like a pair of new shoes. God only searched. What does that say? Let me make this bigger. God only searched. Oh, lowercase he. But then it became capitals. Okay. The clock is really, really throwing me because I can't manipulate time outside of that one puzzle in the clock tower. So maybe there's something we can do there still. Lines as in ranks or lines as in spines. How do you change all of the letters on the ranks? Is there something I'm missing there as well? He checked all the colors for each key that he wound. Let's make a note underneath this. Changing the letters of the ranks. WTF? He checked all the colors for each key that he wound. A nod to my uncle's parlor game. Checked all the colors for each key that he wound. He doubled the meaning of each seasonal greeting, as my mother used to call me, and found that the diction of each word was sound. Unending homophones. Draft the sixes, shift the dextras. Right, no. Something I've missed then is, look, it shows you, he's showing you where the letters go. So for V would begin the word, and R would end the word here? Like, let me zoom in again. Oh, you can't see. Sorry. For denoted in verse, it shows the V veering left and the R veering right. And there's a word here that ends with D, presumably, and D then begins that word? Denoted in verse. V something 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 R? Let's go to denoted in verse riddle. And let me snip that out, actually. If I do this, you guys should be able to see it better as well. One moment. By the way, let me know if you enjoy just this theory crafting, low stakes, chill moment here with me. Denoted in verse. And then we'll paste that over here. So a word that begins with V and ends in R? V. Oh, it's probably really obvious. I think of like... Oh god, it's got to end in R. Which makes you think something V blank blank ER? It doesn't have to begin with V. It's just that V is a word that has V early and ends in R? Question mark? So it could be like ever, EV, Eve, Eve. Words that end in R, that begin with V or begin somewhere with V. It's not coming to me. I need a sip of this probably now very warm iced coffee because it's been sat here for 2 hours. Yeah, that's warm. All I can think is VER because of what I'm looking at. Ved? Steve? You know how people say Steve and Steve Est? You know, like, what if it's Steve? Oh, God. Oh, guys. Maybe we need to go through it bit by bit, like what we've done down here, I suppose. No, I don't know, guys. I hate leaving it just because... I don't know. I really want to try and solve this now, as opposed to later. Like, it would feel really good for me to end today by doing this. No. No, I don't know. If it weren't for the fact that they were so far away, I would have said never. But then that would be VER, and that feels way too big of a pause for never. Oh, I don't know. Let's leave that for now. He had 22 rooms in his directory at this point. Pump room was removed from the draft pool. Evidence each. Having read this over so many times, having read this toward ER so many times. Have you seen all the signs, one per page? Okay. Guys, we're going to end there. We're going to end there. As I've said multiple times, my brain is discombobulated. I cannot wait to play again, and I very well may play again immediately. I might be able to squeeze in like an hour-long episode. So, yeah, I'm going to end here, but I'm going to immediately record another episode and see where we go. And that will be evidenced by the fact that these notes will be exactly the same. So, yeah, let me hide them, go here, hit exit, and I will now stop recording, and I shall see you in the next episode for what promises to be a pretty awesome episode. I cannot wait to dive back in. I'll see you next time. Fairly well.